It was Leighton Tarley. Great purchase on Brenko Lee. They are firing up here, Mounties. Desperate for points. Mataka. Now Williams kicking outside perfectly for an Eddie Iono four-pointer. The man we've just been praising, Sam Williams, shakes off the effects of a high tackle, then puts it on a silver platter for Eddie Iono.
It's a fantastically executed play, wasn't it? Sam Williams sees the space out wide. It's been noted that the West Tigers in these conditions have really compressed that defensive line. And not for the first time this afternoon, the Mounties tried their luck with an early kick over the top. They've tried to thread the needle along the ground, but this occasion they go high. And that's the person you want chasing those kicks, Eddie Iono. He's a fantastic finisher and timed his run there to absolute perfection. Sam Williams, take your hat off. The Intrust Super New South Wales Premiership Player of the Year. That was just first class.
Defensively, really jamming in. Clydesdale through Fensham. Williams gives it on. Kennedy joins in. Now Eddie Iono throws the ball backwards, picked up by Santo, who dives for the corner and will be given the try. It looked like breaking down. It threatened to fall apart, but picking up the scraps and feeding on them, Zach Santo.
You just need to make your own luck sometimes, don't you? Wide pass there from Clydesdale. Got the Mountie side out into that left edge defensively for the West Tigers, and they shifted the ball well. A little fortuitous there that ball come out and went backwards and found the waiting arms of Zach Santo, but he had a lot still to do there. Picked it up on the fly and was able to reach out and avoid the cover defence from the West Tigers. That's exactly what they needed. And Jimmy, you mentioned that game a few weeks ago. This was exactly how this one started in the second half. That try just after half-time. Is there head noise with this West Tigers side after that little play there?
And the response is going to be crucial, isn't it? The way they responded on that day at Campbelltown Stadium was poor. You could see it in their body language, and it affected their performance.
Murray Kennedy, long for Duggan. Clydesdale directs the traffic, goes back towards the short side. A flick offload after the tackle came from Sirinen. Now Jeff Lima pulled to ground by Jeremy Marshall-King. Buttress for Sam Williams to go to Jared Kennedy. And persistence finally pays off. Kennedy crashes over. Williams will kick to level us up.
Well, we've got a game in this preliminary final. What was special about that play is Buttress just going to the line, just holding up that inside defence just a fraction, enough to allow Sam Williams to get into the defensive line and square his man up. That created the space for Kennedy, and he was able to slam it down. That's his 10th try of the year. He's been really strong out on this right-hand edge the last 5 or 10 minutes, has Kennedy. And that's exactly what his side needed after all that possession. It swung right around now. The West Tigers probably a little bit guilty of what the Mountie side were in the first half. Their errors are coming inside their own half now, and it's really putting pressure on themselves, Jimmy.
And they're controlling the football a lot better, aren't they, the Mounties, than what we've seen in the first half.
Here's Jeff Lima. It's Mounties in great position for points one way or another. Looking for the front for the first time this afternoon. Royce Hunt takes a charge. Now it's with Buttress. Stopped 4 metres short. 2 plays left. Clydesdale has it. Clydesdale himself out of dummy half on a day for the hookers. He joins the party. It was oh so easy for Adam Clydesdale. And as easy as you please, Mounties have the front.
Momentum's a funny thing in rugby league, isn't it? In the second half, the Mountie side have had an abundance of it. Once again, the hookers, dummy half, the most dangerous person with the football is that man. They just all overcompensated, thinking about what was going to happen or what could happen, and they just forgot about that man with the football. And Clydesdale, he's a real class player as well. Ironically, it was Marshall-King, the man that fell for the dummy in the end. Let's put the Mountie side in front.
Marshall King with a double. Adam wobbles off the boot. It's collected by Eddie Iono and Mount Pritchard. The Mounties are going to the Intrust Super Premiership Grand Final. The minor premiers have prevailed.